My name is Blanche Taylor Moore. My daddy was a minister. My mama was a spinner. They worked in the same textile mill, and we lived in the mill village where all the houses looked exactly alike. We were poor, just like everybody else. But at the time, I did not realize we were poor. I have happy memories of my childhood. I was born the third from youngest child in 7 children, not counting the 4 my daddy had by another woman when he was married to my mama, Flonnie Kaiser. I never met them. Today, my mama is 87 years old. My daddy was P.D. Kaiser, Parker Davis Kaiser. He is no longer with us in this life.
Rock of ages cleft for me, let me hide myself in thee. Let the waters and the blood from thy wounded side which flow in my hand, no price I bring, simply to thy cross I cling.
All right, keep feeding it in here. Get those nozzles on the truck.
Hey, Jack, help me with this ladder.
He went through all my lingerie. No one but a pervert would do such a thing. And then he laid them out in the middle of my bed and set them on fire. Oh, Raymond, Raymond.
Sugar, you all right?
Oh, honey, I'm fine, but can you imagine in your wildest dreams? I would be so unprotected if it weren't for you.
Look, baby, you just stay right here. I'm gonna check and see what the damage is.
All right. Can't be comfortable riding on the hood of that car, Bob. Would you like to come in the house? I don't mind.
That's kind of you, Blanche, but this is fine. Now, it was a pervert, you say?
That is correct. I can't afford to move, Bob.
I'm sorry you got money problems, Blanche. Hey, I got money problems myself.
Maybe when my insurance money comes in, I could make you a loan, if that might help.
You just might. You know, insurance company might not think this is so bad. These kind of fires, they can spring up again just like that. Piece of burning ash, something like that.
I appreciate your taking an interest.
I'm gonna take you home with me.
Oh, fine. Let me just run in and get a sweater or something. It's cold out.
Here, let me get it for you.
No, darling, that's okay. You just go and get that car nice and cozy, all right?
Okay. Sugar, there's smoke coming out of your house.
Must be a reflection.
No, it's not just smoke, it's flames.
Let's go. I cannot wait for my head to hit your pillow so I can feel the comfort of your arms.
Blanche, I'm telling you, your house is on fire again.
Must be that pervert again.
Salvation is free, yes it is.
Salvation is free.
You see, it's free. It's free for you.
Free for you.
And hallelujah, I'm glad it's free for me.
Free for me too. Oh yeah.
Take a little time.
I've been kind of depressed lately. Sometimes I cry for no reason. Hasn't been the same since that fire in my house. Someone broke in and went through all my lingerie. I don't understand why anybody'd want to do that to me. This is between you and me, isn't it, Dr. Kirby?
Anything you said with psychiatrist is confidential.
Well, I have this boyfriend, Raymond. We've been going together ever since my husband, James Taylor, died. I just don't have the same feelings for him anymore. 11 years of my life gone. Just like that.
While I draw this fleeting breath, when my eyes shall close in death, when I rise to worlds unknown, and behold thee on thy throne, rock of ages left for me, let me hide myself in thee. During that long, terrible night before the crucifixion, Simon Peter denied 3 times that he knew Jesus Christ. But the moment he denied Jesus the 3rd time, a rooster crowed. And then Peter remembered. Jesus had said, before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times. Imagine how unusual it was for Peter to hear a rooster there in the middle of a big city like Jerusalem. Have you ever heard a rooster crow in the middle of a big, bustling city?
Yes,
That
I've heard roosters in cities. A lot of people keep roosters in cities.
Well, all right.
Did you see that?
I knew it. He had his eyes on you the whole sermon.
He's not my type, Ethel.
All you do is tell me how tired you are of Raymond, and now you're getting picky. You know how long it's been since we had a new man around here? Smile. He's looking at you right now.
Well, then I guess it's time we should leave. Come on.
Why?
Men like the chase.
You looking for my mom?
Well, I'm not sure.
Everybody's always looking for my mom.
Is your mom Blanche Taylor?
I bet you didn't think she was old enough to have me for a daughter, Tammy for a granddaughter. Well, she's not.
I'm Reverend Moore, Dwight Moore.
I'm Kathy.
Pleased to meet you, Kathy.
The last thing we need around here is another church to go to.
Oh, well, I just came to pay my respects.
Two cans of condensed milk, 1 package of black-eyed peas.
Blanche, my mom said to ask you how you keep your nails so nice.
There's this new product you can buy at the drugstore. Makes your nails grow long overnight. You ought to see about it for your mom.
Oh, I will.
They're having a sale on real pretty headscarves at the mall.
Well, I'll do that.
I'm gonna need a price check in dairy.
That cinnamon, you know where's that cinnamon?
Alfred. Hey, Lee Jane. Lee Jane. Wait a minute. Why don't you use your imagination? You think you could do that? Hey, Raymond. You getting any strange lately?
It's all strange to me, Kevin.
Hello?
Reverend Moore?
Yes?
Blanche Taylor here.
Oh, Miss Taylor.
I hope I didn't upset you, Reverend. But it's true. I was raised up in cities, and I have heard a lot of cocks crowing.
Well, maybe we should get together and discuss it.
Well, that sounds delightful.
How about Tuesday? It'd be a real pleasure to see you. I'll be sure to think of some place.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. Well, looks like I got me a new boyfriend. Hey. Look what I got for you at the outlet. You've been poking around in here. I got this at the outlet for you. There's a belt in there some. Ooh, it's getting late. Where's that thing? Oh, here it is. He just didn't want to let me off the phone. You can't be too effusive in the beginning. Got to hold a little something back.
It's that preacher man, isn't it? Hey, Mom's got herself a preacher for a new boyfriend. I saw him. He's real good looking for an old guy.
Mom's always got some man after her. And all I've got is a husband that never comes home.
Oh, now, Victoria, here. You put this on and David will not think of wandering. And, honey, here, look, wear these to bed. Cute, huh? Look, I'm going to wear this on my first date. What do you think?
Oh, well, what about Raymond?
Poor Raymond. You know, one of these days, somebody around here's going to have to learn how to cook besides me. You gals are such babies. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Oh, well, I guess it's my fault. Oh, guess what? I went to the bank today. They're going to give us enough money to lease that tanning parlor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, true. Here. Now, you take this and go home. And, oh, there's enough in there for you, too. Hey, I got to go to Ethel's, otherwise she's going to cry in her gin all night long. Bye-bye.
Bye.
On the 5-pound cornmeal, give me
I hope you missed me last night, Raymond. I hope you got real frustrated. Because we could make up for that tonight. That is, if my old car will get me as far as Kernersville.
Missed you, you know that. Kind of way. Get some man's blood, and baby, you've been in my blood a long time.
Raymond, one of these days you're going to get in trouble taping everything and everybody.
I got two things. You know, fun. Manager, produce check. Come on in. I've been thinking about you, Blanche, honey.
I came to talk to you about Lou Jane.
Hey, are you jealous of Lou Jane?
No, Mr. Denton.
Really? Well, you been thinking about me, Blanche?
I thought about you last night, Mr. Denton.
You were? What were you doing while you were thinking about me?
I was at Ethel's.
What were you doing over there? Having a pajama party? I bet you don't wear pajamas, do you, Blanche?
As a matter of fact, Mr. Denton, I was thinking about how Ethel and Lou Jane and all of us might be getting tired of your roving hands.
Oh, hell. I wouldn't poke Ethel with somebody else's poke. You and Lou Jane, that's a different story. Is this how you're coming on to me, Blanche? Come on over here. Come on. Well, you think about it. You just think it over, Blanche, if you want to keep your job. Am I being clear?
I wouldn't touch you with a dead man's hand, Mr. Denton.
I'll be keeping an eye on you, sweetheart.
Sometimes Mr. Denton reminds me of my daddy.
Father.
When I was a little girl, my daddy was a minister, self-ordained. He heard the call.
How does Mr. Denton remind you of your father?
I don't know. We used to sing together in church.
That doesn't sound like Mr. Denton. Is there anything else about your father?
When I was a teenager, we found out he had another family. A woman and 4 children.
Did your mother leave him?
No. It grieved her, but she didn't make it known.
So they stayed together?
No. After I was married to James Taylor for 4 years, my daddy up and left my mama. He abandoned the family at Christmas time. He left us in the house with no money, no food, no heat, unpaid bills. He went to live with his other family.
Anything else?
And then he died.
Rock of ages, cleft for me, let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from thy wounded side which flowed be of sin the double cure, safe from wrath and make me pure.
Did you know this place was named after a television show?
Mayberry. I liked that show.
So did I. So did I. But you know, the other night I was watching Dallas, and I just could not believe my eyes. Ever since they took prayers out of school, nobody goes to church on television shows anymore. Not that it would do any good. The church doesn't preach the one true word. They let people believe any way they want.
I like to believe in the Bible as a sort of spiritual guidebook.
Well, I believe in the Bible as history, and I believe in the absolute existence of heaven and hell.
You are a beautiful woman, Blanche.
Thank you, Dwight.
So I'm motivated to overlook any possible theological differences we might have. You make me feel young again, Blanche.
You are young, Dwight.
I told you on the phone not to worry about me.
I'm not worried about you. I've just made too much chicken fricassee.
They can't operate. Liquor kills the pain, so I'd rather drink. Besides, these teeth hurt so bad I can't chew good. You know, that's my daddy's fault. He used to say, "No use getting your teeth fixed, Ethel. You're always gonna have a bad mouth."
Oh, now, Ethel. Well, my daddy never did criticize me. He left my mama. All he paid was $10 a week for support, if that. But you know I miss him. Isn't that dumb? Grown woman like me, and I miss my dead daddy.
Men are a sorry lot. Hardly worth changing the sheets for sometimes.
I know that was one of your favorites. I'm about
Cheer up.
another one, so sit tight here on WGO.
You still got your ways, Blanche. You can still get a man to do a thing or two for you.
Not much.
Well, honey, they don't have much. And what they do have, they like to spread it around, like in Patago. Except Raymond.
And I was in love with Raymond, Ethel, you know that. But he turned out to be such a disappointment. Why does that happen, I wonder? Everything starts out so special. And one day I looked at Raymond and I wondered where all my dreams had gone.
I knew it. It's the Reverend.
Well, he is an ordained man of the cloth.
I knew it.
He is a man who's taken real vows, a minister of a real church. Well, of course, we haven't been intimate yet. He is a gentleman. But I do believe he's going to be asking me to marry him in the not too far away. And I imagine he would never play around.
I expect he ain't from Alamance County.
I'm thinking about you all the time now, Blanche.
I'm touched by your romantic nature, Dwight. I'm not used to this kind of attention and thoughtfulness.
Any man would be lucky to be allowed to pay attention to you.
You don't really know me, Dwight. I've had a lot of troubles to overcome in my life. It's not easy being a widow, you know. I may seem to be an independent woman, but underneath, I'm nervous and scared. I'm seeing a psychiatrist, Dwight.
Well, I appreciate your having the trust to tell me this.
Doesn't make you think less of me?
No, not at all.
But you have parishioners, and I understand that a man in your position has to protect his reputation. You have not made me any real promises, and so I have no intention of holding you to what we both know to be the true meaning of your behavior. Even though you are one of the very few people who understand what a fragile woman I really am. From this moment forward, you are no longer bound to stand by me.
Blanche, wait.
Oh, Dwight.
I'm gonna stand by you, Blanche. No matter what. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
Hey, what size are those pants?
20. I got them for Helen.
Are the butts getting bigger around here, or is it my imagination?
I don't know, Mr. Denton.
Well, they can't all have a nice tight butt like yours, can they, Blanche? You know, I've been told that you're moving money from one register to another, Blanche.
You're mistaken, Mr.
It
Denton.
has been brought to my attention that money has consistently been missing from your register. Cash discrepancies,
You have
I
been
believe.
misinformed.
Well, now you're going to see just who's in charge around here. You know what happens to anybody with sticky fingers, Blanche.
You have no proof of these allegations.
Are you calling me a liar?
I am. main office and have them send somebody to close up.
What's going on around here?
Blanche was very upset about the unfairness of the situation at Canton's. She complained to the main office. They said it was her word against his. Denton insisted there was money missing. They asked her to take a lie detector test. When she refused, she was fired. Blanche was humiliated by the request. Her pride was hurt. Stealing was against her nature. Blanche is a very moral person.
And you're out the door.
Your trailer smells like a locker room, Raymond.
Of course it's important.
I'm
I
sick
wouldn't
of
call
you.
you otherwise.
Okay,
Hey!
Now, you listen to me.
Oh, Sugar, come on.
I don't have a job. I don't have a husband. Nothing has turned out the way I expected, and I want to know what you plan to do about it.
Well, you're the one that said I'd make a lousy husband. You said if we got married, you just want to get a divorce.
You don't even defend me, do you? I know they're talking about me down at Canton's. What are they saying about me?
Baby, you just gonna get mad.
I'm already mad. I am the woman, you are the man. You are supposed to be my protector. You are supposed to love me, cherish me, keep me from harm. And what you do instead? Nothing. And why do you have to be such a slob?
Maybe you better ask your psychiatrist if you're getting paranoid.
You eat all that banana pudding, you're gonna get fat, Raymond.
Well, if you didn't want me to eat it, you shouldn't have brought it to me. Hey, what are you doing? I was watching that.
It's my video, and I'm taking it home. Maybe I'm just not beautiful enough anymore.
You are too, you know that.
I was just a young girl when I met James Taylor. I met him on roller skates. Remember I told you that? I was full of hope when I married James. He turned out to be a gambler. He had a terrible temper. Scared me to death. That's why I was attracted to you. I mistook you for the strong, sensitive type. Do you have any idea how disappointed I am in you?
Well, where you going? You can't go home like that. What if you have an accident?
What do you expect me to do? Get dressed again, and then when I get home, get undressed again? And I'm sick of Monday nights. Always Monday nights. Don't you ever want sex on Tuesday night? And I'm tired of me always driving here. It's hardly worth it anymore. You, Raymond, you give that to me. Give it to me. And I just might have an accident in that wreck I drive. Being unemployed, I can't afford car payments. Not that anyone around here seems to care.
Oh, wait a minute. I said I'd get you a better car.
Saying and doing are two different things.
Brand new car.
Silver blue?
Any color you want.
Not enough.
I just don't know what to say.
Well,
Blanche.
Dwight, honey, don't say anything. I'm just glad you enjoyed yourself.
Enjoyed myself. That is an understatement. I never thought this could happen to me again.
Aw.
I still don't like the idea that another man bought you this car.
Raymond Reed is an old friend and co-worker. He's been my best friend since my husband James Taylor died, and I won't have you inferring anything else. I have never slept with Raymond Reed. Never. I have been celibate since James Taylor died, until last night. You are the man I have been waiting for.
I still don't understand why he would buy you a brand new car.
Why Raymond Reed would buy me a car?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should understand better than anyone.
Hmm?
He bought me a car out of gratitude because I brought him to Jesus.
next week. Bye now.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's not in right now. Can you call back?
Come on. I made it myself last night, tired as I was. You have to keep your strength up.
I don't want any more. I'm sick to my stomach. Oh, look how swollen up I am.
They told you it was gastrointestinal.
Well, then how come I can't feel my feet and my legs just like they're not even there?
Come on, Raymond, just a couple more spoonfuls. Yes. Now, those doctors are very smart people. They said you'd be out of here in a couple of days.
I hope so. No. All I'll do is sit here and worry about it. Both of us being out of work. Money coming in slow, and money going out fast. I don't mind being broke, but I damn sure didn't plan on being poor. Plan on being sick, neither. Nerves, I could fly right out that window.
Well, I know what you're worried about. I know how you are. You probably think that $10,000 you gave me is already gone. Well, it is, but I don't want you worried about it. I don't want you thinking about my bills. I just care about you getting better. Put on these earphones and listen to the gospel.
Your phone. The hospital's been trying to get a hold of you. Raymond's real sick.
Blanche was never a problem in my marriage with Raymond, never. If she was seeing Raymond during our marriage, I didn't know about it, and I didn't care about knowing about it. Even after Raymond and I separated and everyone in the world was telling me that Raymond was seeing Blanche, I still didn't get it. Well, we were married 11 years. They were in the store working together, but as far as him seeing her, if he was, I did not know it. I was not aware. Raymond got lesions on his stomach in February. Blanche told the boys that the doctor said it was shingles. It got better. Then Raymond got sick again, and Blanche called and said he was in Wesley Long Hospital getting tests, but nobody could figure out what was wrong. He would have been in sorry trouble if he hadn't had Blanche. She was at his side. Then Blanche called and told me they had transferred him to St. Julian's Hospital. She was very upset. It was pouring rain. She was so upset she couldn't drive. I believe Blanche really cared about Raymond. All she kept saying was she was worried he was going to die.
Darling, I thought that prayer meeting would never end.
Oh, my. It's chilly out here. Dwight,
Yes?
could you bring my blue jacket, please?
Where is it?
It's right there on the rack in the corner. Looks like we might have an early fall. Oh, thank
Here you go.
Thank you.
How's that?
That's fine. Thanks,
Good.
darling.
Let's see,
Oh, my. Oh, you are an insatiable man.
Only with you, darling.
Well, that better be the truth. Because my daddy was unfaithful to my mama, and it made her a very unhappy woman.
Well, I want to make you a happy woman, Blanche. And an honest one.
Oh, Dwight, I need some time before I can be with a man again. Well, my psychiatrist says it's because of the way James Taylor was with me. I'm just afraid to take another chance. But I really admire that you're not the kind of man that would trifle with a woman's emotions.
Well, I appreciate your admiration.
Why, Dwight?
Well, I know you haven't worked in a year, and I'd like to help you out.
Well, you have made me a very happy woman.
And you have made me a happy man, Blanche.
Well, I will consider it a loan, and I will pay you back.
I wish you didn't have to go to the hospital first thing every morning.
I told you, Raymond Reed is my oldest friend. Stop it.
What?
Just stop it. We're gonna have a wreck. After all, you are a reverend.
I would just like to keep in touch with my flock.
So I've noticed. Do you think it's been an unusually buggy autumn?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Did you notice any of those ants in my kitchen last night?
I didn't notice.
Well, that's the way men are. They just never notice until those ants are ready to eat them. Eat them alive. The only thing that'll get rid of them is Auntie-Ant. And they don't have any at Canton, so could you pick some up for me at Bird's? I just don't have the time.
Sure. I can do that. You know, Raymond Reed is very lucky to have you for a friend.
You go on over to the B&J restaurant and wait for me, okay? Order yourself a short stack, some nice crispy bacon, and some eggs over easy.
That sounds almost as good as
Oh, never mind. Yes, I gotcha. Bye-bye. Wait a minute.
Blanche?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Now, you just have to put your faith in the Lord.
Listen. Are you listening to me?
Yes, Raymond.
Baby, I want you to marry me. I want to make sure you take care of if something happens to me.
I won't have you talking like you're gonna die, because you're not. But if that's what you want, I'll see to it.
More for you, I'd already be dead. My angel baby. My little guardian angel.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know, Stevie. Whatever it is, it's not a blood infection, so they say. They think it might be Guillain-Barré.
Maybe I shouldn't go back to school.
No, he wouldn't like that.
Then you tell him that I'll get on the road right after my class on Friday.
I'll be here, Stevie, and you have been here every weekend. Now, your daddy wants you to take some time off and go crabbing with your girlfriend, just like you've been wanting to do.
I can't do that, Blanche.
It just upsets him to see how he's upsetting other people's lives. And you hovering around here just makes him think he's sicker than he really is. It's not good for him.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, Stevie, I really think your daddy's better, okay? Now, you deserve some time with your girlfriend. You tell her from me that a red-blooded American boy cannot be denied.
Okay, Blanche.
Okay, now don't you worry.
I need therapy. Call Central Supply.
Mom. Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Of course.
Mama, I'm really glad you came to check up on Daddy. I always liked Blanche, but I don't trust what she says anymore.
Oh, Stevie, stop that. Blanche cares for your father. She loves him. So don't you worry. Everything will be okay.
Central Supply, please call surgery.
In the hallway, I said to her, go to the coffee shop. You cannot be here. You cannot be present while we're doing this. We have to determine that Mr. Reed is capable and that these are his intentions. There was no argument, no problem. She excused herself. I had rendered the notes that Blanche brought me into a legal document, and I read this will to Mr. Reed paragraph by paragraph. He couldn't talk, but he nodded his head and squeezed my hand to indicate that he understood. And he had his arms strapped at that time because of so many IVs, so I signed his name at his request. There were 2 nurses present and a notary. And I was very concerned because of Mr. Reed's condition that I have other persons to corroborate that he knew who he wanted to leave his property to and that he understood the nature and consequences of giving power of attorney to Blanche.
I want you to remember Daytona Beach. Remember how much in love we were. We're gonna go back there. And we're gonna go back to Gatlinburg, too. You'll see the leaves turn again. I promise you, Raymond.
I'm sorry, boys. Your daddy's gone. I think we need to do an autopsy. It's important there are so many unanswered questions.
Raymond's been through enough. You couldn't do right by him when he was alive. Now you want to cut him up like a piece of meat? The boys don't want that. Do you, boys? You don't want to see your daddy mutilated. I just want to remind you that not only am I beneficiary of 1/3 of your daddy's estate, but I'm also executrix of his will. That means I'm in charge of fulfilling his wishes any way I think best. And for now, for legal reasons, I have to act like your daddy's still alive. Now, all you have to do is wait here and be quiet. You understand?
How's Raymond doing, Blanche?
Oh, not too good, Harvey. And those doctor's bills, well, they just keep piling up. You were officially notified about my power of attorney?
Yes, I was.
Well, Raymond would like to close out his account today. I believe he has a little over $8,000 in it.
I have the money ready for you, Blanche.
Oh.
From thy wounded side which flows
Blanche.
I hate the name Blanche. My daddy named me Blanche, and I hate it. It was terrible. Terrible.
Sweetheart, darling, you've opened your heart to me. And it's made me love you more. Oh, I know. I know it must have been so awful for you.
It wasn't me. I never said it was me. It was my mama. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm sorry Stanley lost his job.
He didn't lose it, he quit. Turn a little this way, Blanche.
Well, I'm sure he'll find a better one. As I recall, it's been about 3 years since I had a mammogram.
Your chart says 4.
I understand that female hormones can be affected by stress. Well, I have certainly been under stress, not working and all. Not to mention poor Raymond in the hospital, all pitiful for months, and me running back and forth like a crazy person. Only for him to die in his prime and leave me devastated.
Hold your breath, Blanche. Don't move.
I know there's nothing wrong. I'm very proud of my breasts. I've always taken very good care of them. Oh, Ethel, my heart's just not in this anymore. I keep thinking about how I might have cancer and how they're going to have to cut into my breast.
Just don't think about it. You don't even have the results of that biopsy yet. Maybe it's all okay. And even if it's not, you know how long I've had the big C, and look how high I'm still kicking. I'm gonna live to be 120, and I'm gonna dance at your wedding.
I don't want any more weddings, Ethel.
I thought you liked Dwight. You said he was so polite, even in bed.
Why is it that the thing that attracts you in the first place is always the thing you end up hating?
Can I buy you girls a drink?
Sure. No, thanks. Well, for sure he don't drive a Cadillac. But I thought he was cute, and he did offer to pay. What's the matter, Blanche?
Well, you know, I've been thinking. My daddy calls me greedy. Seems like James Taylor calls me greed. And I can't say Raymond Reed gave me any great fulfillment. So what do I want with that cowboy?
Say what you want, Blanche, but you are never without a man.
I'm going to tell you something, Ethel, and I'm going to tell you right now. If I had any money for my old age, you would never see me with a man again.
Well, then, what the hell? Meantime, let's have another drink. Good idea.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
How's your mom?
I guess she's doing all right, but she's feeling pretty down right now, so she says to tell you she doesn't want to see anybody.
Well, you know, I'm not just anybody.
I told you.
Would you give her these for me? I've been so worried. I couldn't get you on the phone. You didn't tell me when you went in the hospital. You didn't tell me when you came out. I know this has been hard for you, but you've put me through a very bad time, too.
Then what are you doing here?
Don't you understand? This doesn't make any difference to me.
Those are preacher words.
I'm speaking from my heart, Blanche.
They took the whole breast.
I love you, Blanche. You are not less beautiful to me.
You won't think so when you see it.
You are still the most desirable woman I ever knew. Marry me, Blanche. Say yes.
Yes.
So, it's settled then? The Sunday after Thanksgiving? We'll have the ceremony in church at the close of worship.
Oh, Dwight, you just keep pushing me. You don't give me any time to think.
Blanche, do you know how long we've been together now? 2 years and 2 months.
Do you want mustard on your sandwich?
Mayonnaise. You know, you never asked me why my wife and I got a divorce.
I like to mind my own business, Dwight.
Well, given our commitment to each other, I think I owe you an explanation.
I put some celery seed in the potato salad. It's a new recipe.
My wife and I were divorced as a result of a long relationship, an affair that I had with another woman.
My daddy did that.
She was my secretary. Her name was Elaine. My need for her was greater than my family, my church, my reputation. She finally asked me to stand naked before my congregation and reveal myself as a sinner. Well, I did that. I disgraced myself publicly, and then she disappeared from my life. I thought I would never get over it. And then I met you.
Well, aren't you the lucky one?
I run Ken's Quickie Mart out on North Graham Hopedale Road. Blanche came into my store one time and went over to the counter where I keep the bug killer. Then she came over to me and asked me if I had any anti-ant in stock. I asked her if she had ants in the tanning beds. She laughed and said no. I was familiar with her daughters running the tanning parlor in Burlington. My wife attends those. I had the spray stuff. That's what I had. So I said no, I didn't have any anti-ant. And she said I should get some. It's good stuff.
Wait a minute. Let me help you. Come on.
IV therapist, ER, stat. IV therapist, ER, stat.
He's a very sick man. We're going to have to admit him. Has this happened to him before?
Well, I don't know. I think it started with the shingles.
Look at this. Dwight wrote you a letter from his hospital bed. Do you think it's weird? They did all those x-rays on Dwight. They were so convinced it was a mass, and they open him up and there's nothing there.
Dear Blanche, 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 Blanche. 37 times, I think, he has written my name Blanche, not Dwight. P.S. P.S. You are the most kind, caring, giving, thoughtful, considerate, gentle, tender-hearted, selfless, loving, generous, responsible, honest, thankful, concerned, charitable, benevolent, merciful, something or other, just, virtuous, sincere, faithful, trustworthy, and decent person I have ever known. More love, Dwight.
I don't know why you're getting cold feet about marrying him. This man really loves you.
I have told you 100 times, Kathy. You never know what goes on between two people unless you are with them under the sheets.
Couldn't get you on the phone, Blanche.
I don't know what's wrong. It's just dead, I guess. I've called the phone company 3 times already.
Stevie and me got confused when we didn't hear from you.
Well, thank you for coming by to tell me that. I've been trying to stay out of this weather. I've been worried about catching a cold in this new bosom. You know, it is amazing what they can do these days. Not to be funny, but a new breast costs an arm and a leg.
Well, I suppose it's better than being lopsided.
It sure is. And they took everything they needed from my other parts, so it's all myself. I don't suppose you boys understand the importance of that.
I understand that, Blanche. I hope you understand what me and Ray Jr. are coming here for, too.
Well, actually, I don't. It seems to me what you're trying to say is that your daddy's estate is finally liquidated, and there is $52,000 left, and you all want to keep my 1/3 for yourselves in spite of your daddy's wishes.
Blanche, Stevie and me feel that you got 1/3 of Daddy's Canton's insurance when you were not listed on the policy. Now, we gave you that.
Now, Ray, I have a letter from your daddy stipulating that.
Me and Ray Jr. feel like the $46,000 you got from the Canton's insurance is all we want to do.
Well, I am not sure that's what your daddy would have wanted. And you're telling me that you won't give me enough money to pay for my breast, which was $5,000? Is that what you're saying?
Mom.
Kathy, we'll send you the $5,000, Blanche.
Well, that's very generous of you.
Ethel's been trying to get you, but your phone's down. She's real bad, Mom.
Call the hospital. See if Kitty's on tonight, and if she is, tell her I won't be able to make it and to give Dwight a kiss for me, okay? Tell him I'll see him tomorrow. She's a real angel of mercy. And, turn off my potato soup. Ethel, please let me call a doctor.
I don't want to go to a hospital, Blanche. I want to draw my last breath right here.
Here. Here. Got it.
How's Dwight?
He's fine.
You know, the only husband I ever had was just like my daddy. Meaner than a junkyard dog. The only brave thing I ever did in my life was leave him. You know how come I did that?
No, Ethel, you never told me.
I woke up one morning. I was 35. And I looked across at the other fella. And I said to myself, Ethel, is this the last face you want to see before you die? And I said to myself, no, Ethel, it is not.
try to get some sleep.
Blanche, did you ever think that life was gonna turn out the way it has?
No. No, Ethel. I didn't.
Kitty?
Not more goodies, Blanche.
Oh, you've been so good to Dwight, I just couldn't help myself.
Fine bridegroom I turned out to be. Flat on my back on what was supposed to be our wedding day.
Just be grateful to the Lord that the doctors will have you home in time to put up my Christmas tree.
There's something I need to tell you, Blanche. I'm not going home with you. I'm going to my sister's in Reedsville.
Why would you want to do that? I've been here day and night. You don't think I can take good care of you?
I'm a minister, Blanche. I know what a toll it takes to nurse the sick. I saw you do it with Raymond. I've done it myself. That's not what I want from you. I want to get well and come home to you a whole man on my own 2 feet. You deserve the best a man can give you, Blanche.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our special New Year's Eve celebration. It's just 3 hours until 1989, so stay with us and help us usher out the old year and welcome in the new.
Hello?
Blanche? I'm at the parsonage. My brother-in-law drove me back. I thought you could come over here and spend New Year's Eve with me.
That's not possible.
Are you saying you don't want to see me tonight, Blanche?
You called me at the last minute. I have plans. I thought you were still at your sister's. I haven't heard from you since you've been away. And I'm not the kind of woman you can call on the spur of the moment, especially New Year's Eve.
I'm not going back to Reedsville, so maybe tomorrow or the next day?
We'll see.
I'm almost well, Blanche. There's still some numbness in my hands and feet, but that's minor. I'm ready to pick up our life where we left it, and I want to set another wedding date. What do you think about Valentine's Day?
That's a little soon.
Well, I know you don't like to be pressed, so you just think about it, all right? And remember, I love you. And Happy New Year, Blanche.
Happy New Year to you too, Dwight.
Me last night, Raymond. I hope you got real frustrated. Because we could make up for that tonight. That is, if my old car will get me as far as Kernersville.
Missed you, young man. I don't want to get some man's blood, baby. You've been in my blood a long time.
I miss you so much, Raymond. I wish I had you back right now. I, Blanche Taylor, take you, Dwight Moore, to have and to hold from this day forward.
For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish, till death us do part.
To love and to cherish, till death us do part.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Well, Mrs. Moore, now aren't you glad I'm the man that wouldn't take no for an answer?
I don't know how you've lived here all this time with no curtains. I mean, people walking by staring in at you no matter what you're doing. I went to the mall. Everything they had was too bright. Oh, who needs curtains that'll put out your eyesight? Well, we can't leave the windows bare. We'll just have to replace them later.
Pain is worse again,
This is a
Blanche.
funny little old house, but it'll do. I'm gonna have to figure out what of my stuff I'm gonna bring over here and what I'm gonna give to the girls.
Blanche.
Oh, my. You look peaked again. You shouldn't have been out there in this humidity spraying those weeds.
I'm really sick, Blanche. That Finnegan they gave me is not working. I think you ought to
Dwight?
drive me back over to the hospital.
I'll heat up some of the potato soup.
Mm.
It'll make your tummy feel better.
Blanche, I really think... Blanche? Blanche? Blanche?
I heard you up here, and I heard he was real bad. I just stopped by to see if I could sit with you for a while.
Oh, Kitty, they told me to call his family. They say his kidneys are almost gone. He has brain distress. His heart's gone haywire. I thank you for your offer, but they're going to ship him off to Maywood Hospital.
I'll pray for him.
It's in the hands of the Lord. If he wants to save him, he shall be saved.
My father was in Maywood Hospital, and I came in to see him. That was in May. Blanche and I went shopping. We went from the parsonage in Carolina to her tannin salon in Burlington, and we also went to the Burlington Outlet Center and to a fruit market. I was driving her car, and we were headed to the hospital in Chapel Hill, and she says to me, aren't you bitter at your father for running around with Elaine? And I said, well, no. I don't know exactly what took place, and I really don't care to, because that's history, and I've already forgiven him for that. Well, she proceeded to tell me. I couldn't seem to stop her. That recently, Elaine had pursued my father to Carolina to tell him that she loved him, that she wanted him, that Elaine had made advances towards my father, which he at first refused, but that finally he did succumb to her advances, and that my father and Elaine had gone to motels together. To my knowledge, as far as my father goes, this was not true.
Is he going to live, Dr. Nesbitt?
Well, if he does, it'll be because your father's got an amazing constitution.
Have you found out what's wrong with it?
One of the tests I ordered was a toxic screen. A heavy metal scan indicated that Reverend Moore was brought in with a massive quantity of arsenic in his system. It's so massive, in fact, we're not sure how he survived this far.
Arsenic?
We're starting chelation immediately. Now, that means that we introduce a metal ion into his system, and the ions hunt down the arsenic molecules. It's gonna start a war in his body. It's tough therapy. It's very hard on the patient, but his will to live is very strong.
Where would my father get arsenic from?
I told him not to be spraying with that pesticide. He came in and washed his hands. I used the very same towel, and my whole face puffed up.
Such a large amount of arsenic would have to be ingested orally or introduced intravenously. And mysteriously, it seems to be continuing.
What do you mean?
Well, we're not sure, but I've ordered that Reverend Moore be moved to a separate enclosed area normally reserved for patients who require sterile air. And I've ordered that a sitter be present with Reverend Moore at all times, and that no one, neither medical personnel nor family, be allowed in Reverend Moore's presence unless the sitter's there.
Are you telling me that I am not allowed to see my husband alone? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Mrs. Moore.
Burlington Police Department has investigated family members of Blanche Taylor Moore and found allegations that Blanche's grandmother, Bertha Little Coley, poisoned her first husband. She then married Blanche's grandfather, Columbus Kaiser, who was sheriff of Caribou County at the time. Sheriff Kaiser allegedly paid off those necessary to keep criminal charges from being brought against his bride. And no official records substantiate this story. However, this family legend is reputed to be a common topic of conversation at family gatherings.
Reverend Moore, there's some people here to see you.
Gentlemen.
Morning, Reverend. Dr. Nesbitt here tells me you're a real phenomenon. You're the first person on record to ever survive the level of arsenic found in your system. In the Sandra Coulthard case, she died from half that amount, partly because the doctors mistook arsenic poison for Guillain-Barré. Symptoms are similar.
Are you a doctor?
Police detectives. He's O'Keefe. I'm Hogan.
What are you doing here?
Reverend Moore, are you aware that in combined insurance and lump sum pension benefits, your estate is worth $250,000?
What are you saying?
Your wife, Blanche, she was married before, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was married.
Reverend Moore, do you know what her husband died of?
I'm not sure. Heart attack, I believe.
Has anyone else near her died?
I don't know what you're looking for. I don't think I want to engage in this.
Please, sir. Please.
She had a close friend, fellow she worked with at Ken's, Raymond Reed. And he took ill, and Blanche tended him. And he died about 3 years ago.
Were they lovers?
No, absolutely not. They were friends. They were just friends.
Do you know what Reed died of?
Guillain-Barré.
On June 13th, the body of Raymond Reed was exhumed and autopsied. Toxicological tests were performed on samples of his blood, his body tissues, his organs, and his bones. Laboratory reports show elevated concentration of arsenic in all of Mr. Reed's tissues. In specimens of the brain in particular, the concentration of arsenic is approximately 67 times greater than what would be expected in a normal individual. Our conclusion is Mr. Reed died as a result of complications of arsenic poisoning.
Do you intend to answer truthfully each question regarding the attempted murder of Dwight Moore?
Yes.
Did you attempt to kill Dwight Moore by poisoning him?
No such thought ever entered my mind.
Please answer each question with a yes or no only.
No.
Did you ever get so angry when losing your temper you thought you'd lose control?
No.
Would there be any traces of anti-ant on any of your kitchen utensils?
Of course not. No.
Did you ever have Reverend Moore ingest arsenic?
No, sir, I did not.
If we charge her for Dwight, it's only attempted murder. I think we should try and get her for Raymond Reed.
You're saying we should go for murder one?
In my opinion, she deserves it.
I've been through this before. You know how many witnesses there are to murder by poison? 0. They take her to trial. The defense claims Reed ingested the poison accidentally. Blanche is Mother Teresa. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's just a coincidence that Blanche Moore can't seem to get a significant other in her life without him being hammered to death by arsenic.
Hey, Hogan, tell me the truth. Now, if you found her in your bed, would you throw her out?
No, sir.
Me neither. Damnedest thing, isn't it?
Some women got it, some women don't.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what we have here is an old-fashioned Southern girl.
Scarlet kills.
It's easier to kill a man than tell him to drop dead. I wonder what her first husband died of.
On July 6, James Taylor, first husband of Blanche Taylor Moore, was exhumed. An autopsy was performed, and we did toxicological analysis of his tissues. I followed the same procedure with Mr. Taylor I'd followed with Mr. Reed. We tested his liver, we tested his kidneys, we tested his brain, we tested muscle tissue. We also tested a small amount of material that was present in the stomach. Elevated levels of arsenic were present in all tests. We have concluded James Taylor died as a result of arsenic poisoning.
Blanche, how do you think all that arsenic got into Dwight?
Well, I don't know. Dwight had been very depressed and very suicidal for a long time.
Dr. Nesbitt says unequivocally Dwight was not suicidal.
Well, Dr. Nesbitt is not married to Dwight.
Is that the only explanation you can think of, Blanche?
Well, there's a lot of bitterness in Dwight's family because of what he did to them. He had an affair with his secretary and abandoned his children. It was a terrible scandal. His son, Doug, very bitter. He's a chemist, you know. He would know all about things like arsenic.
The United Church of Christ official says you approached him about having Dwight's pension papers changed so you could become the beneficiary.
Well, I don't recall such a thing.
Blanche, did you know that the state medical examiner has ruled that Raymond Reed died of arsenic poisoning?
Well, that's not possible.
And according to the medical examiner, your first husband, James Taylor, also died of arsenic poisoning.
Well, that must be a mistake also.
I'm afraid not. Arsenic stays in the dead forever, and the living and the dead. That fingernails and hair are perfect maps and calendars of the doses.
Oh, my goodness. Well, isn't that incredible?
According to the nurses, you brought Raymond Reed banana pudding and potato soup in the hospital.
Oh, no, sir, I did not. They are mistaken. I never carried food to Raymond in the hospital.
Can you think of any other way Raymond might have ingested arsenic, Blanche?
This is a big shock to me. Raymond had a lot of depression and anxiety that people didn't know about. He was suicidal at times.
Blanche, I just want you to think about something. What is the likelihood of a woman having two men in her life and both of them commit suicide by arsenic poisoning? We just want you to see, from our point of view, why we are alarmed.
Well, of course I understand. I mean, can't you see I'm alarmed also?
You know, Blanche, that on a polygraph examination, the best you could score is a plus 27, the worst is a minus 27. You were at minus 16. You flunked, Blanche.
Well, I'll just take it again then. Now, don't you two be looking at each other. I didn't do it. And even if there's arsenic in everybody I know, I am not going to sit here and say I did something I did not do. Now, I have been as cooperative as I can be. You seem to forget that I have lost a husband. I have lost my father. I have lost a good friend. And I have another husband that seems to be dying, and how traumatic that is for me.
I wonder how her father died.
It's getting to be a regular thing, you know.
On July 21st, we exhumed the body of Blanche Taylor Moore's father, Parker Kaiser. The body was relatively deteriorated, but toxicological testing was still possible.
What do you think? You think you knocked your daddy off, too?
I don't know. The newspapers are calling the Pine Hill Cemetery the Blanche Moore landfill.
We have found arsenic levels above and beyond what might be considered a normal body burden. Also, hair analysis reveals a systematic pattern of numerous arsenic poisons over several months and weeks prior to his death. In our opinion, this concentration of arsenic contributed to the failure of Mr. Kaiser's already damaged heart.
Hello? Dr. Glass, please call pharmacy. Dr. Glass, please call pharmacy.
You'll have to excuse me. I don't think I'm feeling well enough to talk to you fellas today.
And I'm afraid what we have to tell you is not going to make you feel any better.
I know you think my wife's trying to poison me, and you're wrong. You'll find this is all a big misunderstanding. It's an accident. My wife is guilty of nothing. She's a fine person, and I won't have you harassing her.
She did very poorly on a lie detector test, Reverend.
She told me that. And she told me she offered to take it again. She's innocent, or she wouldn't be saying that.
In my experience, that's what the guilty say. Reverend Moore, we realize you're trying to deal with some very difficult things at a time you're still a very sick man.
But we have evidence of attempted murder, and it's our job to conduct an investigation, sir.
Call it off. Just call it off. I don't know what's happening here, but I love her, no matter what you think. I'm not going to press charges. I married her for better or for worse. I love her. Just call it off now. And I would appreciate being left alone.
They were lovers, Reverend Moore.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Raymond Reed and Blanche.
I don't believe you.
I'm sorry, sir. It's the truth. For 11 years, till he died.
I asked her.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Now, I'm just going to take these into him. I won't be long, I promise. Oh, my. Don't you look nice in your new pajamas.
I have something to say, Blanche.
Guess who I ran into today? Miss Lizzie Anderson. She said she misses seeing you at church. My, that's a compliment coming from her. Well, of course, everybody misses you at church.
Blanche.
I finally found the right material for those curtains.
Blanche, I
You
want
won't
you to stop
believe how
that
many
and
calls
listen to
I've-
me. I've had a lot of time to think about this, Blanche. I blame myself for my sins. I told myself my illness was God's will. I didn't want to believe you wanted me dead. Turn around and look at me, Blanche. Look me in the eye. I loved you, and I trusted you. I still love you. God help me. Our marriage is over, Blanche.
I have finally had it with these ridiculous accusations, and I have gotten a lawyer. I had been told to do that, and I should have taken that advice from the very beginning. But I just could not believe my ears. I have charted everything Dwight put in his mouth from the day we met. But these accusations are still continuing. Now, don't you worry about anything. I'll just get on the witness stand and tell the truth. They've all made a terrible mistake. Well, they have picked on the wrong person. I am not afraid to sue the Burlington Police, the Alamance County Sheriff's Department, and the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. Just because people have a badge does not give them the right to badger you.
Rock of ages, cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. In my hand, no price I bring. Simply to thy cross I cling.
Give yourself to Jesus.
Give yourself to Jesus.
For salvation is free. Yes, it
Salvation is free.
You see, it's free. It's free for you.
Free for you.
And hallelujah, I'm glad it's free for me.
Free for me too. Oh yeah.
If you wanna take a little time,
take some time
to have a little talk with